I'm Graham.
I'm Jack.
And this is the Fight Club TV podcast.
This is where we chat to fighter promoters about their journey and how their promotion is going.
Upcoming shows, exciting things that we have going on behind the scenes that we want to share with you, and anything fight game related, really.
Yeah. So essentially, it limits so you guys can see more about how Fight Club's going, about the journey, what's happening. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. Let's go. Welcome back. Episode 2, Fight Club TV podcast. I'm Jack. This is Graham.
That was good. Though. So what are we chatting about today then?
How things are going.
How things are going.
So
how are things going then?
Things are going very well.
Why?
There's a few things we're looking forward to. There's a few big things in the pipeline. One of which is a crossover into the MMA
Oh yeah.
field.
Yeah.
It feels like forever that I've been looking forward to this because this got booked in about 12 weeks out originally. But it is coming up, 4th of October. It's a big show. I'd say probably our biggest to date in terms of visibility and in terms of credibility. Definitely a high status promotion, this one.
Yeah.
So extremely excited about that. And
Have a step up in it.
yeah, feels like validation. And what was interesting is if you remember when this got booked in, that weekend we was at a show and we was like, oh, you said to me, you go, Graham, we're so much better than this.
Oh God, it makes me like a dickhead.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just, your recognition of the level of value that we add to the shows, in your opinion, quite exceeded the level of the show that we was providing the service for. We're not saying any names, we're not talking bad on anybody. It was just an observation and a feeling that you had, which you're entitled to, an opinion. But what was interesting is the way I retorted to that, as I said, you know what, Jack? We need to go on to some MMA shows. We need to switch it up and we need to get some big names, bigger shows. And the next day, I think it was, I had a message from a promoter whose show's coming up, who we've been very much looking forward to working with, and it ticked all of the boxes. I'm not a massive believer in manifestation and things like that. I think you just get what you earn, and if you put the work in, you get rewards. I believe that is the way that it should work, and I think that this is a perfect example of that. The universe just heard us and said, bang. It was the next day.
The timing was
too coincidental.
It was good timing, to be fair, and I think it definitely. It's everything's, let's say, in peaks and troughs. Yeah. So again, things do take time, but again, it makes you have to do all varieties of levels of something, of shows, of events, whatever, to know what works well and for how you can improve and where you can improve it.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is going to be the next show and next kind of sports that we can dive into, because obviously filming in a cage is very different to filming in a ring.
Definitely.
Obviously we have a lot of experience in doing that anyway, but
there's going to be some new challenges to overcome, and for me that's the best part of it, when you know you've just got to get it done. Doesn't matter how, just got to get it done. And even when you think it's an impossible task and you think, why the hell have I got to, how am I going to do it? Can I do it? And you just have to just forget about it, get on with it, get it done, and pull it off. And we've done it enough times that we know we can do it. And this is going to just be another way for us to stretch our legs, I think.
But I think it's something we said in the last episode, which I think it links in quite nicely. You know what you said beforehand, at the end of last episode, when you said about how me and my dad helping, obviously, through point of views where you didn't think you could continue and everything else. Like I said, it was a bit of time after that when things settled down. I said, Fight Club's already been through so much difficulties, which paves the way onto positivity. Like, for example, like you've got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I say Fight Club's literally been through so much.
Yes.
In a way of like, a lot of things have happened. Most people would have pretty quit at that point. Do you know what I mean?
We haven't. And you, like I said before, you and your dad are a massive, massive part of that. Definitely. I would have caved at one point. Having other people, shout out to Pilk Dog as well at this point, Ben
Pilk
as well,
general
as
legend.
much as yourselves, yourself and Chris and Ben, having the people that have got the belief in it gives it its own, like, I couldn't think about giving up because this thing needs us. And like the belief that the team all have in it, it was enough for me to just, doesn't matter how I think, same as I deal with Caden, don't matter what I think, just got to action, keep moving forward momentum. And we're here, big things are happening. And I also want to just attribute a little bit as well how we each brings like different expertise. We each bring so many different tools to it. Yourself with the experience in videography that you have, the production level is insane because of the way we always make sure the angles, we always make sure the equipment, everything is on point, and that's very much credited to yourself. And then obviously what I bring with the computer side of it, the hours prepping the show, making sure we've got all the fancy bits and bobs extra, which other people ain't offering. What I bring, even as far as, I think you'd agree, Pilk is about the most likeable person. So it doesn't matter what room we're in, doesn't matter who we're speaking to, just the person's is a good, very good people person. And your dad, very professional, very respectable. Having him there, the level of respectability that gives us, because, you know, most companies don't have a Chris. Mm-hmm. You know, that's, you know, he's a proper character. He's a proper guy.
No, he is I'm very thankful for my dad. To be honest, everything that I going from, obviously he's an electrician, but it's really handy because like now obviously he's one of the main camera operators, he's the second cameraman, but he started off by doing about 2 years ago doing nothing. So I bring him to shows, and he got really good at making shorts. Yep. He got his short was one of the I think it was the most ever viewed short for a knockout on bare knuckle.
I know which knockout it is.
So my dad filmed that,
and that's there's been a knockdown. Is this the one? There's been a knockdown. The guy thought he'd won. Yeah. Was celebrating. The guy got back up and just threw from the other side of the ring the biggest overhand right, staunched the guy. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Fantastic clip.
That was it. And he's had so many clips which have gone viral. Yeah. He went for nothing to start getting really good at reels. And then we're like, because when he come to the Fight Club shows, he would help with the wiring and helping with holding the wires while you get out of the ring. And I was like, "Oh, Dad, we said we need you on the cameras tonight." So we just laughed. I was like, "Go on, then, boy." And then he
just tucks it like a duck to water.
He did it, and now he's does it every time now.
And it is a much different feel swinging a big production camera, broadcast camera, to using a phone in it. Yeah, like it's such a difference. Your phone could just go anywhere, and you don't even have to think about it. It's so intuitive. Whereas when you've got the production camera, your zoom's here, it's heavy. The thing's damn near tearing your shoulder off, and and like you said before, like you said in the last episode, you can't blink. You have to be laser focused because you could have been, like you say, round 3. It's been not the most entertaining fight, and then out of nowhere there's a flash knockout. And if you're just daydreaming or not on the ball, then you're going to miss it. Because
after the shows and during the breaks, we always like to have a hot debrief, just because at the end of the day, you could it's a long show, so it's not like a 2-fight thing. So especially with my dad, because when it comes to this area, I chat to him about what went well, what didn't go well, what could be improved. And obviously, everything could always be improved. I know different things I can improve on. And one thing I wanted to help him with was because you have to be so quick with it. It's constantly tracking. It's constantly, because obviously when you're holding the camera, it's very easy. That's how I'm filming you like this. It's very easy to start. The camera can see it. You start filming like this. Yeah. And so it's getting that ready, constantly tracking, and things happen so quickly. And yes, and again, but yeah, my dad did definitely. He went for nothing to start doing that. And again, as an overall team, we just worked really well because we've done so much stuff now and gone through a lot of tricky stuff, so it's led to where we are now.
Looking forward to us having the Starlink, I think. That's going to be the next big kind of upgrade for us. I mean, we've got most things covered now, tech-wise. We've got the Fire Stick app on the way. The website's doing fantastic. The equipment that we've got on the day, the commentary stuff.
We haven't got the crane yet, though.
We haven't got a crane yet.
It's probably because they're about 10 grand. So
if you're watching this and you've got a couple of spare cranes lying about, you're not going to miss one. Feel free, because Jack will love it. But no, we will get a crane. We will get a crane.
You'll get a crane.
Who makes cranes? We'll get sponsored off them.
That's a good point. Who does make cranes?
There we go. If you make cranes and you want some exposure, contact Fight Club TV. We will rep your crane.
But yeah, it's just I think that's the big thing. What we're doing is we're always trying to improve, and I think it's a bit. I know people saying it's a bit exhausting, never being content.
Yeah.
But then it always makes you want to be better.
Yeah.
And obviously, that doesn't mean you don't appreciate where you are. When you take a step back, you can appreciate it. Yeah. But it's always wanted that everything can always be better. You can always be improving. Someone's always better than you. Someone's always doing more than you.
Absolutely.
But again, what I always say to me is you work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, I think
so.
It's definitely the key.
And I think but definitely having a team around you helps you do that.
Yeah, like in terms of the delegations that we have going on, we know you handle certain bits. In terms of client acquisition, certain aspects within your field, I know I have to handle X, Y, and Z. Now, Ben, we've got him fairly active on show day as well as behind the scenes with socials, etc. as well. So I think everyone's handling their roles pretty well. I think it all just adds up, and that's why things are happening as they are, because everything is just flowing and working so well.
Yeah, but it's funny because we all have our own roles. When it comes to the actual like camera side of,
I have a few extra roles than most of us.
You lost a lot of weight, haven't you? Yes, you have.
I'm hiding it better. I haven't lost any of it.
Well, it's all that training you do with Dyson. You're looking sharp. Man, I saw you a bit of shadow boxing.
Exactly the same weight as I was a few months ago. I haven't dropped a pound.
Yeah, but then the muscles have the fat in it.
Don't feel it. Feel sluggish. No, I don't. I feel all right. I feel okay. I think I do feel a lot better. And it will continue to improve.
Well, definitely, when you feel better, you can.
It just takes a while.
Yeah, it does. Like I say, it takes to get yourself in a bad shape. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. So then, how can you? People expect to get back in amazing shape in a couple of weeks.
11 months ago. No, sorry. Take. When was June last year? We're now in September, aren't we? So that was 15 months. 15 months ago, I was in that crash with the van after doing the Snowdon Horseshoe via Cribgock, 5 mountains, 11 miles, 30 of us. Did that, death-defying, crazy idea of a day out. And then the day after on the way home, get writ off by a Tesco wagon, broke down at the side of the motorway. And that I mean, before that, like I said, I'd hiked 12 mile the day before and was all right. My legs was even still all right. I was pretty fit back then. Since that, my back, my neck, ringing in my ears, headaches, a lot of it. It's just taking time, but I'm getting there. Definitely getting there. And I think that's the only thing that's really slowed me down a bit. It's just recognising, your back's not so great, your neck's struggling, this and that, but that's it. Everything heals, isn't it? So that's all it's took. And then give me another 6 months and we'll be all right.
You're looking good though, do you know what I mean? Because it's so when you feel better, when you look better, you feel better.
Yeah,
but definitely from what stuff happens, it forces you to try and do things differently. Yeah. You can't, because we're not all invincible. So like for example, like let's say when you're holding them rigs, it's pretty best if you wouldn't do that. It's better for us to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I love it when I jump back on a camera. Whenever I miss it. I miss it. I feel like I'm disconnected on the controls. I miss the camera work.
I mean, I'll be in the mic there, but like, Graham do this, Graham do that. Normally I'm like, Graham, give me charge. I have that battery anxiety. Battery anxiety.
You just go.
Because I'll be like, Graham, even like battery. You say, how long are you left? I was like, I've got 220 minutes. You're like, Jack, you're fine. 2 fights left. I'm like, I can't.
But then there's been other times when it's on 0 flashing, and we're in the last fight. Last round of the last fight, and I'm like, and it made it. Like, did lie. It's like a petrol reserve. It genuinely is. It's 0 miles, and it's still got 10 miles left in it.
Yeah. I do it. Might push it, but it's so because there's been a few times we've had some shows where the cameras have been on like disgusting, battery, and you kind of like it's like things are happening. I'm panicking. Like, please, just someone end the fight now because I don't want to. You don't want to miss anything.
The fight that I was thinking of a minute ago It was a title fight. And these two boxers, it was, I think, scheduled for a 4-round fight. And because the judges were tied, they added an extra 5th round.
I remember that, actually.
We'd worked it out that, don't worry, we've got 10 minutes left on the battery. And this is like before the walkouts. And by the time we'd got to it, it was on 0. And then they went into the 5th round. But somehow it just stayed on for that extra round.
I was panicking. I remember that.
Panicking.
I remember that. And another, we had another show up north, and there was it was a title fight, but it was a fight, and it was a beefy one. I remember then. I don't know if my camera died or my dad's camera died, and it was the last minute, so I had to rush to you to come around to get it, and because I was like when people are watching the fight and stuff, you don't really want to, because we're standing on the ring.
Yeah.
It's such a big palaver when you're like, you've got to get down, put it in. So it's definitely, I feel like that is
takes the focus of the room when it happens.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it does. Yeah,
so you feel like
because I think that doing shows like that, it's maybe like, okay, Grant, charge all the batteries for the event.
Yes, and having simple things like an extra staff on hand to run batteries and that. You know, like a few times, like you say, I've had to leave it on your dad's angle and just hope that he don't get interrupted by ref or anything like that. Run round to you, swap battery, run back. Like, it's happened a couple of times. So, but yeah, batteries aren't infinite, are they? But we run it better now, don't we? We have one of them permanently plugged in, and then we now have double the amount of batteries to run the other camera.
I think when me and my dad trying to alternate, if it's the corner closest to you, that's hardwired, and then it says myself, because I like to do the ring walks as well. Yeah. I'll have the batteries, but I'll have a surplus of batteries. But at the end of the day, you can be so prepped, but then sometimes it's just not enough.
No, and we've had a show where like we've had absolutely everything, bar one cable, and then because of that, we're struggling to get the live stream out because of one cable and a crazy cable that you don't just get at Curry's. You know, it's like. But again, I think we found a workaround with that. So. Yeah, it's been some journey, hasn't it?
Yes, because even for when the Fight Club started, the gear that Clarko had then now is very, very different. Even like the boxes that got you to put it's even like things are so getting more and more neat and tidy.
That flight case is a cool little.
That flight case is good.
Cool little thing.
It's a good bit. It's sharp.
Yeah,
it'll take your fingers off, but it's sharp.
Keep masking tape, workshop bandage. We're all right. But no, it's a game changer for me. Just doing what I do on them jobs. How many times have you got there an hour before it starts? I've been there an hour or two. I'm covered in sweat, having a bit of a nervous breakdown, you know. And like I just said a minute ago, my back and that haven't been the best. Carrying 12 cases from the car into the venue before I even get started. So just having that trolley, been a massive change.
So what's next?
What's next for Fight Club TV? I suppose the next thing for Fight Club TV would be smashing the MMA scene.
Yep.
We've done bare knuckle, done hybrid,
tick,
done boxing,
tick,
MMA,
tick. Oh, not tick yet.
Not tick yet, but tick soon. I think the other thing as well that will time perfectly for that show is the Fire Stick app.
Yeah.
I think having the Fire Stick app so that people can just install Fight Club TV, scan the QR code, log in on the phone. They've bought the pay-per-view on the phone. They're watching it on the telly. I think that's going to add a massive production element. And I just look forward to maintaining those relationships with the existing promotions. You know, the likes of Gypsy General, Luke Dyson, all these promoters have been like blessed to work with. That are good shows, man. Really, really good shows.
Yeah, really good shows.
So carry on with that.
I thought it's them ones specifically. They do deserve to be a lot more popular than they are.
Yeah, really. This is newness. I think it's just newness. I've seen promoters that are 10 years in and they're doing 10,000 views on a video and they're selling out 500 capacity venues. And then, you know, we've got the likes of Gypsy. He's been filling a big venue repeatedly. So I think with Dyson, obviously he's on his second show, first show by himself. He did Elysium, one. He's now got Dyson Promotions, one by himself. So, yeah, I think these are promoters with very, very big futures. And to have been there, grassroots with them from the beginning, they're growing, we're growing together, helping each other along the way. I think it's blessed. And one thing we're going to touch upon is, like we said before, we've only got 48 Saturdays in a year. So with one team willing to work every Saturday of the year, we can still only do 48 shows a year. And with a show on average a promotion on average putting on 3 shows a year, that divides that figure by 3. So realistically speaking, we've got 16 promotions that we can potentially work with before we're at capacity with a single team. And I'd say we've got to be in double figures already. So we're getting busy now, aren't we?
Yeah, it's going to the point where we're going to have to start looking for other operators. And
yeah, absolutely. I've got someone in mind to do my job, and I think your job's the one that's going to be relatively straightforward to fill. You know, mine there's a bit more training and preparation work involved, but I do have someone in mind, so I'm going to be seeing Craig soon, see what he thinks, and maybe try and get that lined up. But I'd say certainly by 2026, we want to be able to attend shows without necessarily being required.
Yeah,
I think is the objective next. Would you
That's
agree?
the plan. Yes, the plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next episode, guest
next time. Who's it going to be? Who could it be? It could be Dyson. It could be Gypsy General.
It could be.
It could be. Who else could it be? Who else deserves the opportunity to promote this? I think Ginger's a fantastic candidate because we've never officially ran a Peaky Promotions pay-per-view. I've helped him on job once, last minute thing. He was let down, saved the day, and but the next time round with Peaky Promotions, which I think will be 4.0.
Yep.
Peaky Promotions 4.0, I think will be the next one. Look forward to it. So it could be anyone, but watch this space. Make sure you like, subscribed, and you'll find out.
Bash.